Greetings everybody and welcome to this new video. In this video I'm gonna record or split it into a couple of parts. The first part I'm gonna explore the notification system that I've built today, and also we're gonna explore the simultaneous document updating and document sharing between two browsers side by side. So after receiving your feedback and suggestions yesterday, I found the notification point very on point, and it touches a very solid matter in this project. So what I decided to do is that I develop this mechanism of notifications where the users will be notified when they are added or removed from a certain document, and I'm gonna show you this in practice right now. So to make this simple and easy to navigate, I've created two profiles, two users. The first one is Yunus, which is mine, and the second one is Muh. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is, and I've also created this document, and I called it first. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do now is running this side by side. So I'm gonna run this. Run this. I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna run these two browsers side by side. Okay. And I'm gonna start from here. So as you can see now, we have this hello there in the document in account Yunus, and we haven't shared this document with anybody yet. Okay, we have 0 collaborators. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of add search for Muh and add him as a collaborator, and you're gonna see what's gonna happen now. Just to let you know about this thing. So we have this notification bell in here where when clicked, we're going to display the notifications this user has. So Muh at the moment doesn't have any notifications, no notifications at the moment. Okay. When we add him, watch what's going to happen. We're going to see that the page has refreshed automatically, and we have seen a new notification toast in here, and the document has appeared automatically without any refresh, and we have a new notification to be viewed right here. So when we click here, we're going to see that we have this this new notification where we say YND, which is my username, added you as a collaborator in this document. In this popover, you're going to see that we have this mark all red, where we can mark all the notifications as red. So I'm going to click on it. If I didn't, then the notification bell will have all the unread notifications count in here. Okay. Now, if the user clicks on this notification item, we're going to automatically display the document dialog, the document pop-up, without even just to make things simpler to our users. And of course, we can see that the current collaborators for this document are Muh and Yunus, and same for the first browser. And of course, they share the same content. That's for sure. Now, to just give you a glimpse into how the simultaneous content update happens. So let's say I'm in my first user in the same document, of course, and I type hello. It was hello there, so I type this comma, and then I say, how are you today? We can see that these two documents are syncing together at the same time in almost instant time. So there is no delay, there is no time that it takes between typing and syncing, which is the best way. So as I said, there is no time between updating the document and syncing between all the users that has opened this document, and same goes for this second user actually. So if we continue and type here, I'm doing great from my side, we can also see that the same content has been synced with this first user as well. Now, if we close, of course, the list of collaborators, active collaborators, has shifted from 2 users to just one, of course, and obviously, if the first user reopens the document, of course, the data will be persisted successfully with no issues. That's one of the features in this project. So this is how the think work the thing work between syncing the content simultaneously side by side. Okay, now just for the sake of displaying more into and talking more about the notification system that has been built. Let's say, for example, right now, I want to remove Mulh as a collaborator. Okay, the owner, which is me, in this point, I'm gonna come here and click on remove, and we can instantly see that there is a new notification toaster that says, yeah, your shared documents were updated. And of course, the documents list has automatically been refreshed, and we have a new notification that was unread in here. All right. So if we open it, we can see that we have two notifications. One is read already, and the other is unread. We can see the difference with this blue dot. Okay, that's the difference between these two notification items, and the background as well, of course. Now, if we as we said before, if we click on this item on the notification itself, we're going to open the document. But there is an edge case in here where if the user was removed as a collaborator, then if he clicks on the notification, then he shouldn't be able to see the document because he's no longer a collaborator in it. So if we click on it, we have taken care of this edge case where if he tries to do so, we're gonna display a nice pop-up in here where it says that the access was removed and you no longer have access to this document. He can either mark it as read, delete the notification, or close it. Now, one thing that I haven't show you is that the user can actually delete the notification from this button. Okay, and now let's just mark all of them as read. You can see here that the notification bell is all cleared now, and all notifications are read already successfully. Of course, I don't have to mention that the documents list has been refreshed successfully as well. And the second user, which is Muh, now doesn't have access to this document because he was removed. And all this is happening in real time using WebSockets. With, of course, this was a great suggestion by the team, and I believe that that was an oversight from my side. I didn't think about this, but it was super valid. That's why I decided to implement this to make the project and the platform, the system overall more robust and more user friendly. That's all from data syncing and the notification system. In the next part of the video, we're gonna explore together a few slides where we're gonna discover together the data flow and how the services that we have in this project are talking and communicating among each other. Thank you. Greetings everybody and welcome back to the second part of our video where we're gonna go through a few slides and explore together how the services are communicating with each other. So let's start from the first from the first slice and go from there. Okay, so this is all about collaboration, our collaboration project. We're gonna deep dive into the data flow and communication amongst our services. I've decided to demonstrate this and illustrate this using a mermaid diagram where we can see a clear distinct into our services and how they are related to each other. So we can see here that we have three components. The first one is our backend, which is built using Spring Boot. This is the first service. The second service is our collaboration service, which is built using Node, and our third component, which is front end, um, and it's our third and last service. Okay, so we can see here that our backend is taking care of our database. It's the only service that is communicating and talking to our Postgres database. In our backend, we're taking care of our database schema using Liquibase. We are taking care of anything related to documents, how we are persisting the documents, etc., etc. Also, we're taking care of our security part, which is our GWT tokens, issuing and validation, and all those stuff. Now, we are using this backend and communicating with this backend from the rest of the rest of the two services. The first one, which is the front end, it's communicating with the backend using REST APIs. So it's for example fetching the documents from the slash documents endpoint. It's fetching the notifications as well from the slash API slash notifications endpoint, etc., etc. Of course, at login and sign up, it's using the API slash auth slash login, API slash auth slash register. And of course, again, the backend is taking care of issuing the tokens and assigning them in the backend. So it's the single source of truth for anything related to security and access management. So it's all related to authentication, authorization over there. Now for the collaboration service, it's taking care of anything real time and anything that deals with WebSockets and all that stuff. Why? Because Node.js is really great in terms of real time handling. Now, the front end obviously is communicating with collaboration service over the WebSockets, the WebSockets protocol. So it has two types of communication. The first, or two types of namespaces. The first one is it opens a connection to with the document ID. That's where what we're gonna use to sync the content among all the collaborators of on that document. And the second namespace, which is the notifications, where we are connecting to collaboration service for the notifications, so that when there is a new notification or a new event that happened in our backend, we can use the collaboration service to broadcast and send that event to our users. That's how we are broadcasting the notifications. For example, when a new collaborator is added and a new collaborator is removed. This is the bridge that we're using to broadcast that. So, in other words, our collaboration service is taking care of broadcasting our documents content as well as the updates and the events that happens in the whole system. At the moment, of course, we are only dealing with collaborator added, collaborator removed. But of course, in the future, we can extend this to take care of multiple other events. For example, I don't know, removing a document or dealing with profiles management, etc., etc. It takes care of multiple events in our system. And now, after we have explored this mermaid illustration and mermaid diagram, I believe it's good to move on with the next slides. Well, I'm going to talk about a few components in our platform that stands out. The first one is our identity and authentication and authorization. I've listed a few points. So we are going to talk first about token issuing. As I said before, the backend is responsible generating all the tokens, all the GWT tokens via the GWT util that I've created in our backend, and of course it takes care of and of course after issuing the token, the front end takes care of storing the GWT in the cookies, of course, not the local storage. It takes care of it's stored in the cookies, and of course we have built a wrapper over Axios to include this token whenever we make any request to our backend. Our REST authentication. Of course, all the routes are protected using a filter that we have added in our backend. So all endpoints are protected, and none of them are public except the login and sign up. Um, we have WebSockets authentication for documents. When a front end connects to our collaboration service, we are also validating the access to the document that it's opening via the token that was passed. So even when the user actually connect over WebSockets, we are also at the same time validating the document access. If the user doesn't have the document access and the backend tells us that this user doesn't have the document access, then we're gonna automatically close the connection. Same goes for the notifications. And of course, this is what I've explained in the last point. Now, for the real-time editing, we have a few events. So when there is a connection, we connect over WebSockets, as I said before, with collaboration service. Then we're gonna load. After we connect, we're gonna load the document content from our backend. So this is where the first connection happens between the collaboration service and our backend, and then we sync the data. So after we fetch the content, we sync the data and broadcast it to all the connected collaborators, the active collaborators, of course, and then we also takes care of persisting the data. So when the guy types in anything in the document, after we have also introduced the debounce thing. So we don't save the data on each keystroke actually. So we don't overwhelm our database. We don't overwhelm our backend with too many requests. What we're doing, we have introduced a debounce time. So when the guy types in anything, we are doing a 3 seconds buffer. So we wait for 3 seconds. If nothing comes in those 3 seconds, then we're going to send a request to our backend. If something comes, then that 3 seconds start over from the second 0 and start again the counting. So this is for this persisting. And of course, as I said before, we have the collaboration service is resilient, because if the user lacks access, collaboration service automatically closes the connection with and returns access denied response. For the notifications flow, the event, for example, there is an event where an owner adds or removes a collaborator. What we're going to do, the backend takes care of persisting that notification in the database, because we have created a new entity. We called it notification. So there is a new table that is called notification, and we're storing and persisting all the notifications in that table. And then after this event happens, we're going to broadcast this event from the back end to the collaboration service. This is where there is a request from backend to collaboration. So as I said, the backend communicate with our collaboration service, and it tells it and notify it that there is an event that has happened in our backend. Then the collaboration service sends another event to each connected user in that WebSocket. And by each connected user to that WebSocket, I mean each respective connected socket. So each user will receive his own notifications. Not all users will receive the same notification at the same time. That's for sure. And then of course the front end is gonna react, right? So it's gonna have to invalidate the documents. So it's gonna refetch the documents automatically, the notifications as well, and of course it's gonna show that toaster notification where it's gonna says that there is a new notification has been received, right? And of course our system now takes care of all the edge cases, as I showed you earlier in our notifications items. Versioning and restore. There are a few events. So when the user saves a version, the backend stores a snapshot of that document, from the latest content. It takes care of it take that content and stores it as a snapshot in our backend database, right? And of course this storing is bounded and limited to a 15 version per document. So if the guy wants to, if the user wants to store more versions, he is going to have to delete all the older versions. Okay, this decision was made to make to not bloat our database with so many versions. Now, of course, the user is able to list and browse all the versions with the labels, authors, and timestamps. There is one, then there is this trick where the guy or the user will be able to restore a certain version. So when he clicks on restore, the backend is gonna write the version bytes, that version bytes to the current content. So the user will be able to automatically and directly by a click of a button, restoring all the version content to the current content of the document. And of course, the back end, after the restore, the backend is gonna communicate with the collaboration service and ask it to reload the documents, to reload the document, the specific document that was restored from the sync that it has in collaboration service, so that it syncs again the new content to all the connected collaborators. This is how it works in the collaboration service. Now, in terms of security and reliability, you may have noticed that security and reliability was a very key point in our project. So auth boundary, all REST APIs and all REST endpoints were also with the WebSocket flows requires valid GWT. We're doing a very interesting job in terms of security. So collaboration service, of course, doesn't validate or issue or sign any token. The backend is the only source of truth for this. The access control, again, the backend is the only source of truth for this. It takes care of enforcing document access over all the collaborators and all the owners. We are doing debounce rights, so we don't overwhelm our backend and our database. And of course, we're doing back pressure. So any event that happens that requires clean memory of our collaboration service, we're doing it at the right exact moment. Now, thank you all. Thank you all for watching. This was all about how our services are communicating. You can see that we've made sure that all the services are coherent and decoupled from each other. Each service has a certain and one single job. Collaboration service for real-time, backend for persistent, and front-end for UX UI. Thank you so much for listening and hope to see you soon. Thank you.